What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back. Hey, got to keep this energy going up, up, up. We cannot let this affect us and go down the way that this team did this past Sunday. 30-16 is your final score, but we're all looking to kind of move forward. And I don't expect you to be happy or content with what happened. But we do have to move forward, and we need to be rejoicing. We need to be rejoicing from the fact that we are 2 days removed from the catastrophe that happened. And I'm 1 day closer to actually growing a little bit of facial hair again. Unfortunately, this Benjamin Button effect that you're looking at right now was due to the fact that I had to shave for my emergency response team firefighter respirator fit test. So not fun. Hopefully this will come back soon, and just like the Cowboys, hopefully we'll come back soon. This won't be a thing that we're thinking about in a few days, right? So let's keep it in the words and the movement of CD Lamb, that little number there. Let's keep it moving forward. Okay. Unfortunately, we were not able to move forward in this game, and that was a big part of the problem. Is these third down conversions that we weren't able to convert at all, and everything that really could go wrong really kind of went wrong. I mean, it was just one of those days that nobody was really, on the same page. And I could use many words to describe this game and how awful, atrocious, just disrespectful, lackluster. I could use a lot of words to describe this game, but if I could use one word, I would call it refreshing. Yeah, refreshing. Not like drinking your mom's sweet iced tea refreshing. Not like sipping on some lemonade in the sunny Sunday afternoon and it's just beautiful and you're on a hammock. No. I'm talking about getting your ass handed to you at work and then coming home, taking a shower, and washing it all away. And that's exactly what we're going to do here today. We're going to discuss it. We're going to do just like the players do. We're going to review. We're going to go over it. And then we're going to wash it away. We're going to move on. And if this game was a movie to me, it'd probably be Castaway. Yeah. Why? You got Dak there, First, let's start from the beginning of this whole situation, right? Cowboys flying high, right? 6-1, unbeatable, unstoppable, just in the clouds, heads up in the clouds, till they came crashing down to reality in an orange sea waiting for them. Dak stuck on an island, right? Stuck on an island, no help. No weapons. No nothing. And because of that, he made mistakes. He made a lot of mistakes. But not to worry. Because we will get off this damn island. We will move on from this whole thing. But again, reliving it is all a part of it. And, we can go back to everything. And there's really, even though there was some good play from Micah Parsons, eight tackles, 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss. These are all very positive things that we look for in our young lion, and he's growing right before our eyes, and that's nice. But even he struggled sometimes in the run. Even he had difficulties getting in his correct gap, getting off of blocks. Even he, as good of a game as he had, I can't give away game balls this game. No, it's blame balls. And the blame goes to everybody, right? Goes to every single one of those individuals on that field, including the coaches, and it's from the top on its way down. But I mean, we could talk about, you know, the drops. I think the one thing for me, if I could like pinpoint to one play that really, and there was a lot, but if I could pinpoint to one play, it was the Amari Cooper drop, right? No drops the entire season. 54 something catches, no drops at all. And even he dropped the ball. Tony Pollard, wide open, drops the ball. This point in the game, or all these points in the game, were so valuable, and third down type plays that needed to happen. Going for it on fourth down, I believe, what was it, twice or three times, and not getting it. Just nothing was really working. But the one thing that really bothered me, and I took it to heart, because this is a problem not only now, but it's been a problem the past 4 years, right? Really 5 if we want to go back that far. But you know what? I'm going to narrow this down, though. I'm going to narrow it down to 3 years. 2017 to 2019. Tyron goes down, we go down. It's been a big problem. We're 2-4 without Tyron in those games. Now, even the 2 games that were won, they weren't pretty, right? So we'll start off 2017. Chaz Green, we all know this game. Chaz Green gives up six sacks to Adrian Claiborne, the Atlanta Falcons. Huge loss. Really painful for anybody to see. Their quarterback just laying on the ground every time you open your eyes and look at the television. Or the players on the field that look back behind them and Dak is on the ground again. It affects a lot of things. The very next game, we go let's move on from Chaz Green. Let's go with Byron Bell. What does Byron Bell do? Gives up 2 sacks and a fumble against the Eagles, and they dominated us. I was at that game. I had an Eagles, I wouldn't call him a friend because I could never be friends with Eagles fans, but acquaintance who really wanted to see Jerry World. So we went together, and I had to live through that. And it was awful. It was awful. I would never want to do that again. 2018, now you have 2 wins in 2018 with Tyron out. And he's missed 3 games. These are games, like 3 games every year since 2016 up until 2020 when he missed damn near half the season, missed 14 games. And some of those games, the third games, are a little bit, it's right, if we're being honest, it's 2 games a season for the most part, starting in 2016. And a lot of that is due to the last game of the season. He's already back, he's healthy, and we're playing for contention or we're not, and we just don't want to put him in there and take chance of injuring him or whatnot. But 2018, you get wins. Cam Fleming comes into the picture. And yes, they're wins, but it's still not pretty. It's still not pretty. And these are the sacks that are giving up. I'm speaking specifically on sacks. But that doesn't count the hurries, the amount of distress rushing that Dak was under, escaping, making plays happen, when he was a little bit more agile and he didn't come off the injury that he has last year. I mean, it was unbelievable going back and doing the research on this and looking at these highlights and seeing how much duress he was under. It was crazy. But in that game, they get the win against Washington. Cam Fleming still gives up 3 sacks in that game. Okay? Moving on to the next game. The very next game, Cam Fleming gives up 2 sacks against New Orleans. Again, it's a win. And it was a close game, and our defense showed up. but he still gave up 2 sacks and a lot more than that. Again, I repeat, it was not just the sacks that were the problem. There was a lot more than that was involved. 2019, got 2 losses. Lost to Green Bay. Guess who? Cam Fleming gives up 2 sacks. Next game, it's a loss. No sacks allowed by Fleming. A little bit better, improved, and thank God we get Tyron back the next game. But again, Dak was under pressure the whole time. So it doesn't really tell the whole story as we're talking about pressures and hurries. It doesn't tell the whole thing from what and how valuable Tyron Smith is to us and what is being left on the field behind him. Swing tackle has been a swinging door for us since really 2016. And in 2016, I'll go back to Chaz Green again, filled in, I believe, 2 games there. And the difference is that he had a young Lyle Collins as a left guard. Now, this game in particular, was a big problem because of what Terrence Steele did, right? Terrence Steele was a big problem. I believe he gave 11 pressures, 9 hurries, and 2.5 sacks. Now we know that he moved from the right side to the left side, which is difficult, and he stated that, that basically that of another player that it's like wiping your ass with a different hand. I understand that. It's very difficult. And not being in that position, even though he is considered our swing tackle, he's been playing on the right side. He hasn't been getting a lot of snaps on the left side. So there's excuses to be had, absolutely. Also, the fact that he's playing with one of the best linemen in the league, and Zach Martin, if not the best, and then going over to the other side with Connor Williams, and you're losing that help. So how big of a deal was this for him to transition to that spot? It was huge. It was huge. Now, I talked to Vach Lombardi. I messaged him. I joined his chat last night, which is a great show. Make sure you go back and tune into that. And I asked him, what do you think that we do about this situation going forward? Now, he thinks that you roll with the punches. Because what else do you have? Truly, what else do you have? You have Ty Nsekhe over there. He didn't look great by any means against Minnesota. So, it's really a weakness. You can put Lyle Collins over there. But again, Lyle Collins hasn't played left tackle since his college years. Way back in, 2000? I don't even know anymore. 15, 14? Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. So you're going to put that man over there and expect him to do his job? He was struggling. If we're being honest, he struggled as well on the right side, just going back to the right side. It was an issue for him. You could tell that the rust was there. Just him not getting in, those reps and then just kind of throwing him back into the mix this week. And, he's in hell and oxygen on the sideline and he's struggling and he's not looking good at all, right? That's just a problem offensively, that we need to figure out going forward with Tyron Smith. The swing tackle thing is an issue. It continues to be an issue. And I'm not asking it to be perfect by any means, right? When a caliber player like Tyron Smith goes out, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that impact. But you want to at least lessen it a little bit and find a capable starting left tackle in his place to fill that role for that time being. And I'm not even talking about 2020. I didn't even discuss 2020 because that was just a nightmare from the get-go. So I won't even really dive into, the win-losses in that and all the sacks that we're giving up in that without a Dak Prescott and everything else because, it feels pointless. That just me I'm just throwing bricks at this point in time. I'm just throwing bricks on top of the pile. I mean, man's already down. I'm not going to kick him, okay? I'm not going to do it. But that's just the offensive side of the ball. We're not even talking about the defensive side of the ball and everything that went wrong on that side. And there was a lot of it. There was a lot of it. We gave up 190 rush yards. And this really felt like the Cleveland Browns game last year. Truly, it did. We just couldn't stop the run. They were just gashing us. And we looked tired. And then you have, Williams. And again, you know what? Kudos to the Denver Broncos because they showed up. They showed up prepared to fight. We laid down, but I will give them their flowers. Make no doubt about it. They came to play. I mean, and Williams was a guy that was, my God, you just couldn't tackle him. There was no good tackling. People they couldn't finish wrapping up. I mean, he was just breaking tackles left and right, and he was pushing through. Man, he kept moving those feet, moving piles. I mean, the dude was in his bag. The rookie was doing his thing, and the 1-2 punch. You got Melvin Gordon over there as well. And then when Teddy needed to make the throws, I'll give him his flowers too. He made the throws. You get Diggs on a double move, which seems to be a problem. It seems like, he's a little lost in the sauce when it comes to that. And I think other teams are maybe starting to realize that. They're trying to get him to bite on his over-aggression. And it happens. It happens. And that that's part of what you get with Diggs, though. When you think of a player of that caliber, he's trying to bait you. He's trying to bait quarterbacks into making mistakes, and he's going to jump on top of those mistakes. And it's pick. It's a pick. It's ball guy. It's in his hands. But you got to take the good with the bad, right? It's not always going to be, just sunshine and rainbows. No, that's just not the way it works. That's not the way the league works. It's any given Sunday. But I will say this: don't be down on this game. We have a new team going forward. We're putting it all behind us, and we're moving on. We're moving on, and we're not going to dwell in the past. And for anybody who is overly concerned or giving up on this team already, you're just a bandwagon fan anyway. And, we don't need you here. Get on. Get. We don't need you. I don't want you. I don't want you part of my team. I don't want you part of the Cowboys squad, Cowboys Nation. I don't want you part of that. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. I don't want it. There's a lot of things to look forward to. So, as always, make sure to go to starboysnetwork.com. Get all of the latest news, our articles with the Starboys report. We got Mario Herrera Jr. over there who's doing a really great job putting in recaps of the games and previews of the games going forward. So be sure to look out for that. That'll be up today, along with a actual swing tackle article that I will be writing today. I'll be finishing about the swing tackle issue. So again, make sure to tune into everything that we have going on there, and like and subscribe to this channel, man. Because whether we win, lose, or tie, it's Cowboys for life. I don't care. That's the way it goes. That's the way you got to roll with the punches. And by the way, we're still 3 games up in the NFC East, man. Right? We're still 3 games up. So I don't, as Kelly K9 says, hold your beers, drown your tears, whatever the hell he says. I don't know. Just make sure to stay on the same page, man. Stay on the same page. Bring the same energy that you did before. And also tune into the show later on this week. Me and Cam are going to be doing a kind of a preview into the game that's coming up Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. We know how crazy that was last year, and there's a lot of things to talk about this year because the Kyle Pitts fans train. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say his name, but that fan base is gonna be out there, and they're gonna be just upset one way or the other. I will say this about Micah Parsons: we got the right guy. Yeah, we made the right pick. It honestly, at the time, it didn't feel a lot like that. but it damn sure does now. And like I said, I've said it many times before, I'll eat the crow on that. Hell of a player. We got ourselves a game changer, guys. There was people who weren't doing hardly anything, hanging their heads down. That dude was steadily grinding. And again, it wasn't all perfect, but man, he's a beast, a young lion. Give him some love. Till then, we're gonna be back, Cowboys Nation, next week against the Atlanta Falcons. We out.